Hello Huples Cat. I won't lie, that was kind of irritating to build. I built it quite easily at home. Out here in the wilds when it's a bit cold, it took me about 4 minutes. Straightforward once you get it, but it was irritating. I have this as my emergency reserve. The Battle of the Stoves. This one was easy to set up in the cold, this was very difficult. Hand sanitizer. Trying to use these up, I don't recommend them. So when you notice where the wind's going, make sure this is not in that direction, and this will get turned around earlier rather than later. Thermos, been in the forest for 50 odd hours now. Drinkable. So after 50 hours in the forest, this is just kicked in. This is a thermoelectric unit that drives the fan that makes this more efficient. Alright, just going to let that catch. I'm going to get some stuff for this one. Dead limbs. That's pretty stable. Slightly more stable. Doesn't need wood. Doesn't need wood. Straight away. Alright. BioLite's ready. I tend to use this Starbucks when I go out and about. Don't drink Starbucks normally, but it's a useful thing camping. And there we go. Oh. Caffeinated beverage. I just leave this to burn out because it's actually recharging the battery as well. But I need to get some soya milk. soya milk. I do have powdered soya milk which I use for extended trips, but the home's only about half a mile that way. Let's see how this is doing. Not boiling yet. Need some more wood. Now the idea is you can feed it from here without taking the top off it, I think. Even using dead standing stuff, you are going to get moist, especially in these conditions, which is why it's always important to have a dry bag of kindling and make sure you refill this. Not if, but when. Not bad coffee. Not boiling. Boiling. I'm not having a lot of luck with this. Alrighty. Still not boiling. It's still not boiling. And I basically finished a cup of coffee that the BioLite made for me. I'm trying to make this a continuous shot so Louis from Puerto Rico doesn't claim I'm cheating. I can't see my head. Apocabox Twig stove. Hot, not boiling. And I lost half the water. I would recommend using these and then not fiddling around with it too much. But the thing falls apart fairly easily, as I'm sure I showed. BioLite stove, 2 litres of water if you get the kettle pot. Ooh, it's hot. Damn it, to forget that. The vents on the side are hot. If you get the kettle pot, which is this will, with one load, give you 2 litres of boiling water in about 10 minutes or so. The Apocabox Twig stove will give you a little bit of hot water in about 10 minutes or so. The thing really doesn't want to boil. I think I proved my point. You might as well look at my ugly face now. So in terms of cost and weight and pack size, the Apocabox Twig stove is the way to go. In terms of the ease of setting up in the cold, efficiency of boiling water and fuel use, the BioLite stove is definitively the way to go. If it's a long-term issue, you want a BioLite stove, not the Twig stove. The Twig stove's a nice thing to have. I'll put it away. I might use it in the summer sometimes. I don't know. But it's fiddly to use in the cold. I mean, setting something up at home that takes 30 seconds, and that did, and then coming out here and it's minus 15 and your hands are cold and you're tired setting it up, took 5 minutes and it was awkward. So I'm going to stick with my BioLite stove. I never bought a Twig stove. There's a lot of these available. You can buy them in titanium for like hundreds of dollars. Get a BioLite stove or get a decent rocket stove that's not dependent on propane or gasoline. Mine's dependent on wood. Where I am, I have lots and lots of wood. If you're in a desert and there's homes nearby, you can shave off enough wood. I don't recommend that because it's pressure treated, but you can shave off enough wood to use a BioLite stove for months to years in any sort of reasonable apocalypse type situation. Of course, you'll run out of water and die long before then. So that's it from Huples Cat in the dark forest. It's now a very light forest and it's going to be a beautiful sunny day. I'm going to strike the camp while these stoves cool down, head home and then go for a walk with Kitty because this is day 51. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Get out there, do something. Test your gear. Testing your gear means actually not in the garage. It means going out when the conditions are not optimal and seeing what happens. If I'd have tested the Twig stove at home or on a warm day, I would have felt, you know, it's kind of an okay thing to carry as a backup. It isn't. On a very cold day, it's sharp, thin, freezing metal. Doesn't work. And it's not boiling water. Let's see if it's boiled it by now, eh? No, it's not boiled. When I throw it away, it freezes. People like to do that when they live up here. It's impressive. It's actually really dangerous. You've got to be very, very careful. If you want a high arc of this to get the actual ice forming as it falls, you're actually putting yourself at kind of risk. So it's kind of a goofy thing to do. I don't recommend it. This video has been brought to you by Cute Terrier Production 2023. Gonna come camping, Wolfie? Wanna go camping outside? Apparently not.